our first guest of the day, and a reminder, OTN at the end of the interviews today, is en route to a Hall of Fame spot because he's now the UFC flyweight champion, and I'm very curious to see what happens when he defends his title for the very first time in a rematch of a fight that happened back in August of 2021. You'll recall he won the belt in July of this year at International Fight Week when he beat Brandon Moreno, and then we fell in love with the story, and we were kind of really first introduced to his backstory. And shame on us for being so late, but sometimes that's how it goes. I wanted to check in with Alexandre Pantoja since he won the belt, how life has changed, and obviously to talk about the fight, the rematch against Brandon Royval. He's kind enough to join us right now on the program. Hello, my friend. How are you? Thank you for joining us again.
I'm very well. Thank you, Ariel. It's very pleasure to talk to you again, buddy.
Yes, same here. I feel the same. And so much great feedback after your first time on the show. So it's great to have you back on. And I'm just curious off the top, is it possible to share how life has changed for you since July? Is this something that you can actually feel and touch? Has it changed a lot?
I change a lot. Now more people start to me to take a pictures. That's so nice. And I can meet you another personals. And but I think for me, nothing changed too much. I keep my focus, keep my goals. I train in America Top Team, best team of the world, and I like to say that because I'm stay 1 month off in Brazil, and when I back to my gym, everybody kill me. And then I'm not more world champion, and that's very important for me right now. Make my feet in the ground. Understand I'm champion July 8th, and I need to prove one more time December 16th. That I think. Keep this in my mind. That's my goal. This is gonna make me much better. And I think the big change coming when I make a pay-per-view show and when I'm a champion. I think I'm gonna make some huge money with that fight. And of course that gonna change all my life. And in that point, I need to be very smart to work with that. I think everybody know, but I love movies from Rocky movies, Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
And the third movie, when Rocky is the champion of the world, and a lot of people take pictures. He do a lot of promotions. And Mick, his coach, say, "You can be civilization." Something. My word's not good, but he say something like that for Rocky because he's don't train like he trained before, And then came Kleber Land with so. Patient and hungry and want to destroy, and I think that's a good point to learn, keep doing everything I do before be a champion, I think my plan is like that,
I love that. By the way, when did you fall in love with the Rocky movies?
When I watch the Rocky movies?
Yeah, when did you first get introduced to them?
All the time, man. All the time. I watch Rocky a lot of times, and that's so crazy because Rocky Balboa is never fight. It's never. Sylvester Stallone. He never fight, but he can talk with us. That's so crazy. How he can speak. All the movies. I see something like one coach for me, and all the moves I get something. And when I fight with Brandon Moreno, before the fight, 2 hours before I fighting, I'm watching Rocky 4.
Wow.
And the fight, he go to Russia and fight with Drago, and all crowd I screen for Drago 1, and that's very similar for me in that night. I go all Mexicans supporting Brandon Moreno, and in one point of the fight, this make me more fighter, and in the last round. I think it's 3-1, but when I see the judges scored 2-2, in that point, the last round, Moreno hit me hard, and all arena scream, and then Moreno hit me again, and our arena scream more loud, and I think I need to do something, and this atmosphere make me put him further down, put in the ground, make me shooty. And try to take the back and make me work, make me work more, and I think that's a good connections. Ariel, I'm very glad for everything happened in my life. I'm a very humble guy, and I think God gave me all the points. It's like I like to watch movies, and I learn a lot with that. Who want to be a millionaire?
Yeah, of
That
course.
that movie,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and Jamal know all the answers. Because God give to him before. Something happened in his life before, and I feel the same. I know all the answers right now because I passed for a long journey. And now I can share it with everybody that.
I love that. By the way, best Rocky movie, which one?
The three.
Number 3 is your
No,
favorite.
no, no, no. My number.
Yeah,
I like three. Of course, I like three because he needed
yeah.
uh, after the champion, and I like to the Rocky Four too when he go to Russia and do it. I love one, two, three, and four. That's my best one.
And and when you first watched it,
All you need to watch,
I agree. When you first watched it, was it in Portuguese?
of course.
Wow, that's amazing. I love that. By the
It's
way,
amazing. People from Brazil love this movie.
you talked about going back home. I saw footage from our friend Guilherme Cruz of MMA Fighting the Brazilian Beast of you back home. There was like a parade for you. Could you tell me what that was like? How crazy was it to come back home and get this type of reception?
It's like a celebration the belt 100 times, like a 1,000 times, because I go to fight for bombeiros. In Brazil, it's bombeiros. Aquí is firefighters.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The, and I'm in the top, and I cross my city, and I can see a lot of people's part of my life, and the people's very happy with that, and I can celebration over and over times, I celebration the belt. I be a champion like a 100 times, and my belt to keep you out of the case. I can celebration with everybody, I love people take a picture with this belt, it's very important for me. And I can see my first master, the guy do everything for me in the beginning, giving me food, supplements, everything. And that's very special. I can give you his t-shirt, the champion t-shirt. I give to him, and see my mom. That's very important for me and for everybody my city. People say you're gonna make like a statue, like a rocky I don't know what we
Statue,
say in English.
statue.
That statue, yeah. I say no, I don't want that. I want something like a can give the people's the people's no something different. Maybe put in one room with a class for kids.
That'd be
Something
great.
like that. That's more my yeah. No, just something like a stay in the court, but something people can enjoy.
Was it ever overwhelming for you? Like all this attention that you were getting, you come home, you're on the fire truck and all that stuff. Did it ever get like, man, this is a lot. This is a lot to handle, or it was all great?
The guys talked to me before when I win my first fight in UFC. I say, no, I don't want that now.
Ah,
Uh, but when I get the belt, of course,
wow.
now it's my time. Now it's time to give the back for all people. And you know what? I think I do that not just for me, but for all the the people from my city, from Ohio do Cabo, that city. And I have support from a lot of time before I go to UFC. I have a lot of support of everybody in the city, and I never drive. I'm start to drive when I come to America, Florida, and I just walk and walk for the city, and everybody stop me and say, "Hey, bro, you go to UFC. Hey, bro, you gonna get the belt." And sometimes I don't believe that because I'm a little guy, small. Sometimes I need to work, and but I say people believe more, and then but all makes I realize I can take the belt when I come to America Top Team. I
Hmm.
can say that for Don Lambert last week when he do a dinner for me, and I can say for him he changed my life. What he do for me is like for my family. Now I have the belt. I'm gonna fight for a lot of money, and I really appreciate all Don Lambert can do it for me and for all the guys from my gym.
That is great. Dan Lambert, one of the true good guys in this sport. So nice that he put on that dinner for you as well. And just curious, speaking of driving, the last time we had you on after the win, that story about you being an Uber Eats driver got a lot of attention afterwards. Wow, that thing spread everywhere. Were you comfortable with the
Of
aftermath, with the
course,
reaction to it? Were you okay with it?
of course, man. The people need to know everything, and maybe one guy from UFC do it Uber drive right now,
Yeah.
and he can feel the same, you need to do what you need to do, for a family, for your goals. Nobody can stop you.
That's called being an inspiration. You're inspiring a lot of the
And
guys.
and right now, everything is very easy for me. I have only one opponent. It's myself. I go to the gym with my Mustang. I eat everything I want, and my gym have AC. You know, everything is very good. But I need to work with myself. I need to put me in the line all the time. And I think I never gonna lose that.
That is great. So you get this opportunity to defend your title for the first time on December 16th. Were you happy with the proposition of fighting Brandon again, a rematch of a fight that you won, or were you thinking that they would go back to Brandon because there was some talk after the fight that they might give him the first crack at you as champion?
Now, Royval definitely deserved fight for the belt. It's a guy coming for 2 wins, big wins. He knocked out Matheus Nicolau, one phenomenal fight from Brazil. He finished match now, and he won with I think it's Team Elliott, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember, but he deserved. He fight with everybody in the top 10. He deserved fight for the belt, of course, and very good match. In a very different moment for me too. Because when I fight with Brandon Royval for the first time, that time I drive Uber. I have injury in my knee, and that fight is a lot of emotion, And one point, I think all emotion very heavy, but I can use that. My mind in that fight is 200%, like a very strong, and now it's very different moment right now. He wants something what I have, and I need to take care. Brandon Rival is a very very real dude. He's the guy I need to be prepared myself for that. And but something I have like I said in the beginning, I'm gonna make a lot of money with that fight, and I'm gonna make deserve all the coins, because I'm gonna put a very good show for everybody watch.
And to be clear, it was actually Rogerio Bontorin and then Machinel
Okay,
and
gotcha.
Mateus
Perfect,
Nicolau,
perfect.
just to be fair to Tim Elliott.
Of course.
That guy, you who beat Brandon Royval 2 years ago, could he have ever imagined 2 years later you'd be champion? Or did it feel like what you were driving Uber, you were banged up, your knee, all that stuff? Like, did you think, oh yeah, if I stick with this a couple of years, I could be champion? Or did that seem a little far-fetched?
Yeah, in that moment, after my injury in my knee, I go to the fight with that injury, and in that point, I just want to make money for save my apartment, save my mount, save my bills, But like I say, when I arrive in America Top Team after 2 years here, in that point, I fight with Manel Capi in Breno Rival and that guys. I can realize I can be a champion, because I work very hard here. I learn a lot with Coach Parrumpa, Macarrão, Mike Brown, Steve Moko, all my training partners, Kyoji Uruguchi, Adriano Moraes, and so many, And I can feel now I can take the belt, I feel I'm a champion, but in that moment when I fight for the first time with the Brandon Rival, just emotions, just emotion, just like try to support my family, bring the money back for my house, It's very different moment.
Did you see Manel Cape's last fight?
Oh yeah.
He's a character, this guy, huh?
Manel Cap for me is a real dude, man. This guy is very savage, He one of the best contenders having flyweight division,
Yeah.
And I think I forget the Brazilian guy. What's the name? But he do a lot of very good work with the kicks. I kick Manel a lot. That's good for create some space. But I can feel Manel is real good, man. I take care about this guy, you know.
Yes, for sure. And just curious about you. You know, you're so proud to be a part of ATT. How do you feel about being co-main event to Colby Covington, given his history with ATT?
Yeah, very crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think nobody want to get this banner from ATT.
Yeah.
No, man, but that's nice. I can see Kobe work a couple of times in America Top Team. And, you know, for me, he's a cu de cachorra, like I don't like to say, like he's an asshole.
Okay.
But, you know, he do, I don't know what to say that, but he take care about one of my coaches, you know, one guy I really like it. And because that, he had some respect about me, you know,
Okay.
because he take care about Gabriel de Oliveira. He's a box coach from ATT, and I can talk with Gabriel about him. And he say he nice with me, you know. He pay my lunch. He pay for one room just for me, and that's very important. You can see who you are when you do stuff like that, you know. Of course, he a character when
Yeah.
camera's on, but you know he's a humble guy when everything is off, you know, and take care about your coaches. That's very important. I'm take care about all my coaches. I support him because he do a lot for me, and because that he have a little respect, you know, about me.
Okay. That is good to hear. A character when the camera's on, humble guy when the camera's off, just like Sean O'Malley, right?
Yeah. You know, I'm Gilbert Burns' very friend, my friend Gilbert
Yes.
Burns, and one time he talked with O'Malley on the phone,
Oh,
and I can talk with Burns after the call. He's saying, "Hey, this guy is very smart." He talking about O'Malley, you know, and I can comprehend that. You know, he's very smart. Yeah, he do very good work, you know, and that you can make the answer right now, you know. Uh, I've trained with O'Malley 5, 6 years ago, and this never passed from my head. This guy go to UFC and take the belt, and I take the belt too. You know, that's very
crazy.
very crazy history, and that's why I call him to fight. You know, but just because that, you know, and he started to talk about my training with him like 2 years ago. You know, he started to talk about that, and but let's go back to 5, 6 years ago when I go to a lab before I arrive with Cejudo. I make a 60-hour travel with the airplane flight, and I go to lab. I never step in the lab before, and I go to the lab, do sparring with all the guys in the. That's very you need to take very balls for doing that, you know. But in that point, I'm just a fighter. But you know, and O'Malley come to me and say, "Hey, I can record this training." Of course, bro. Just when you finish, send me the video because I can learn something too. And he never passed the video for me, you know.
Oh,
And I called to Cejudo, "Hey, Cejudo, say to your friend, give to me the video." And Cejudo say, "Hey, forget. He never gonna send the video for you, bro.
why not?
He's not like, you know why not?
Okay.
If you lose, you don't share the video, you know. That's okay, you know, that's okay. And for me, that's a good deal. Very good, very humble kid in that moment, you know. Very talented kid, O'Malley, very talented. And you can see he want to learn more, you know, very special. But like you say, when the camera's on, that's O'Malley's show, you know, he want all the stuff. And very smart, you know.
Yeah.
But you know what? Yeah, I'm from different world. You know, I'm from very different world. My creation, my beginning in Brazil. You know, Rio de Janeiro. You know, very different lives. You know, very different worlds. You know, and but I'm here. You know, after 33 years, I take this belt. You know, prove everybody now. Everybody can know my name, and that's why I went to December 16 and take this victory, you know, because I want to my name stay I don't want to maybe half the family, but I want to put my name for everybody know who that guy.
Of course, and you should be in the Hall of Fame if you hold on to the belt for many years. Just curious, how many times did you spar Sean O'Malley? Was it twice?
I don't know if it's twice or one because in the first training, I think I trained with John Moraga, O'Malley. I do some like a couple guys, and then I talk with Henry because I'm not good make a good training because like I say I just arrive you go to the train like I have a lot of jet lag, very tired, and I say to Henry I want to back to this gym. I want to train with these guys again because today is not my best day. And he do that. Next Saturday, I go again in the lab and make a different training with these guys. I think in that time, I think I
Okay.
just trained with O'Malley, and he don't want to show the world this footage.
A crazy thing that popped up recently.
Yeah, and that's so nice. Both me and him champion right now.
Yes,
I'm happy. I'm very happy that's okay. And maybe I can defend my belt. He defend his belt, and then you have like a something very special to do it. Yeah.
a super fight, champion versus champion. Would it be you at 135 or him at 125?
He don't can make 135,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah, but I can for that guy. I'll go 135.
Okay.
If somebody take the belt again, I'm forget that.
Okay, fair enough. By the way, since you became champion, obviously your post-fight interview in the cage got a lot of attention. We spoke about it as well. You spoke about it with other people. In fact, I think there's even a T-shirt being sold now, referencing that post-fight interview. You talked about your family, your father. Was there anything that came from that? Did you hear from family members? Did you hear from anyone that said, "Oh, you know, I like that you talked about this. I didn't like that you talked about," like what has changed as far as your family is concerned since that?
About my mom say you know do nothing wrong. You just speak what you're feeling. And what I can say, you're right. In my with my two brothers, I'm the young one. My sisters, everybody like agree with me. But in that point, I don't want to like make my dad be a monster.
Yeah.
But I think the world changes right now. The dad is now want to take care about his family, his kids. I don't know see if the world change or I make my world change. Because I do that for my kids. And no, you don't can change the past. And I realize I can change sometimes I can change somebody. I don't can change my how I want my dad see me. I don't can change that. I just like I'm okay with that. I'm okay with all happening. Like I told you in the beginning, I think God give me all the answers. And I do my best all the time.
Did you hear from your father after?
He tried to say, he sent me a message, but like I say, not what I expect. He problem with my he see all the happen.
Yeah.
And what the problem is, it's he's feel bad because people close to him understand the history.
Uh-huh.
Not the history he talk, but the real history. And he don't like that. And I don't say that for that this is happening. I say that maybe he can realize that and back. And try to do something I'm expect. But like I say, you don't can change people's head. And that's okay. I learn one more time.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. I thought maybe it could have changed. The relationship could have changed since this
No, he
came out.
don't change for 33 years, bro. He not gonna change right now. And but that's okay. I think I'm expect something, but you don't can change the people's. You don't can change how he feeling for me. That's okay. I know he love me. This his style.
Right.
That's okay. And Real. Damn, I love my boys, my Nicholas and Kawan, my two kids so much. So much. And I love to spend time with these guys. And when I come to America, I can see the rich people take care a lot for your children, especially, of course, some poor daddies can work, go back to home, and take the kids for do some sport and some activity. But I see the rich people here your children to do everything, student, sports, all he can do, he invests a lot, and that's very smart thing to do.
Yes, amen. And then for you in December 16th, your last performance against Brandon was fantastic. You submitted him in the second round. He's come a long way since then, as you said. He's looked very good. You've looked very good. And so I'm wondering, how do you feel this fight is going to go this time around?
A fight of the night, for sure. It's gonna be like a crazy fight again. Brandon Royval is a tremendous fighter. I love his style, and very aggressive, very good jiu-jitsu, like me, but he's tall and softball. But, very impressionable fight, I love watching his fight, and 100% this can be a fight of the night. And he proved, when the fight's over with Royval, I'd say to him, "You're very young, bro. You have a lot to do, and then he's gonna fight with me one more time for the belt." And like I say, he deserved that, but Ariel, it's very weird this word when you fight with somebody and some point you cross the dream for somebody,
Mm-hmm.
because he dreamed with that, I dream with that, I'm dreaming with defend my belt, he dreaming with take this belt, and I need to interfere that moment, it's very hard, that's very hard to do it, and these are crazy sport, because all the good guys fight for your family, for everything, for your goals, for your dream, and you need to go there and kill, that's very weird sport. uh but I want to prove the world who I am, how good I can be, and I have a lot to do. I'm a very good fighter. I improve all the time in the gym. I want to be better all the time. I have the best training part to do that, because if have someday I'm not good, this guy gonna kill me. One of the guys that killed Jiriguchi, damn, the Japanese is real dude, man. And he might take a moment. I can see if I'm good or not. He pushed me, and that's the only thing I try to do, doing my best, And December 16, I prepare the best show of my life.
Well, it says a lot about you that you would talk about that conflict. Like, you're trying to continue to live your dream, but in doing so, you have to kill someone else's dream. And not a lot of people would look at it that way. So I think it says a lot about the kind of person that you are. Much respect, my friend. Good luck to you on December 16th. Thank you for coming on. Great to talk to you again. I wish you nothing but the best.
Nice. Let's go, Ariel. Thank you
Yes.
so much, buddy.
Pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on. There he is, the flyweight champion of the UFC, 125 pounds. You don't hear a lot of fighters speak of that conflict like that. It's a very thoughtful and sympathetic way of speaking of the struggle. He's trying to continue to live his dream and provide for his family. And the more you defend, the better things get financially for you and your family. But in doing so, you have to kill nice people's dreams. And Brandon Royval is a great guy, and he wants to do the same. So good on him for breaking it down like that. I'm looking forward to that fight, and that whole card, as we've said time and again, is fantastic.